3. And we have begun this epic battle of Matt sucking ass and everything, being right about everything that I say. So Matt,
this movie.
we both.
I'm gonna say this. We do agree on a lot of things.
We agree on some things and disagree on like everything else, and it's like there really isn't any middle ground between our positions too terribly much. But here's the thing: so both of us have seen Batman vs Superman. We've both seen Dawn of Justice. We both seen this fucking film. I like it, and not in an ironic way, as in like, oh, it's fun to laugh at. I mean, I legit like it. And Matt thinks that like no reasonable person could legit like this movie beyond just laughing at it. So that's the current thing that we're currently fighting. And I'm of the position that Matt should, if he's consistent with everything that he's been expressing desires with up to this point, like this movie more than just in an ironic manner. Because here's the thing, Matt. Like, one of the first things that you heard about this movie when it was still being shot is that you knew that there was going to be like a legless dude who was going to be like a victim of the Battle of Metropolis. And the first thing that you thought was going to happen was you're going to be like, oh, they're probably going to have him like, you know, in a wheelchair, and he's going to meet Superman and be like, you saved my life. I don't care that my legs are gone, and try and justify the bullshit that was the Battle of Metropolis. When, as a matter of fact, they did the exact opposite of that shit and have that guy hate the ever-loving fuck out of Superman and want him to be stopped, like, at all fucking costs. Like, he hated him. He vandalized the statue.
Well, like, that's why she would bite you. Scared.
I
said Casey! Holy fuck, Lundi. It is crazy shit.
Now you're dealing with a child being bit by a dog. This is the worst time to do this. Your fucking mic keeps screwing up right now.
Like, just poke her or something. I don't know.
Matt, stop fighting with your dog and your nephew.
Batman murders people.
Yes, he does murder people. And you know what?
Batman fucking murders people in this.
Yes, he does murder people. And you know what? I think it was great. And I think it's entirely justified. Because here's the thing. Okay, so here's the other thing that I think you should really like about this, Matt. I'm pretty sure. Oh, God damn it, he left. Oh, my God. Matt, I hate you and your terrible internet connection. Like, fuck. Okay, so I like this movie. I really do. I'm gonna be the first one to admit that there is some silly shit in this movie that you're just gonna look at and be like, what the fuck? And there's a lot of plot holes in it that are not gonna be answered at all in this movie. And I have a feeling that originally this movie was like 4 fucking hours long, and they had to cut it down to 2.5. So there's probably some shit that might have been explained in the uncut version. But then they had to like edit shit together, reshoot a lot of shit, and it was just awful. Fuck. He's offline on fucking Skype too. God damn it. But there's so much about it that I really like. Like, for instance, everyone. Holy shit! Is that Matt back again? Are you back? Jesus Christ!
Casey,
Calm your dog down, man.
I know, sorry, Lundi. Fuck it. I went back.
Your mic.
And I can lock the door.
Okay. Okay, so here's the other thing that I think you should really like about this movie, Matt, is that Batman kills people.
Batman
and here's the thing.
In the eyes of the fans.
Here's the thing, though.
Here's the thing. I do like it. his philosophy. This is the first time we're seeing him. Yeah, like we know at some point something happens to him where he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill people. That's what I'm gonna do. But it's like, I'm like, watching him, it's like, I want a Batman movie more than this fuck.
Yeah, they did Batman really well in this movie, I think. Like, yeah, sure, he's killing people now, but I really do think that the reason for it is because this is after he had killed the first Joker. That's what I think happened. I think the Suicide Joker is the Suicide movie Joker. I think that's not actually the original Joker. I think that's somebody else.
Yeah, like my theory is because ever since they cast Jared Leto, I think, because Jared Leto's he's like a really younger guy and shit.
Yeah. And they're casting Ben Affleck as even older than I think he is.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like 50, I think, in this movie. So like, I'm like, that's a really weird age difference between him and Joker. Like, was like Joker 10 when Batman was like 30? But it makes a lot of sense that it's like, no, Joker killed Robin. They've already shown, I think they showed it in this movie, or they might have just shot that shit for the first. But like, Dick Grayson's fucking dead.
Yeah, Dick Grayson's dead. I'm pretty sure this is. Do you think this is Tim Drake? If it is going to be that,
and the Batman suit. I mean, not the Batman suit. The Robin suit in the Batcave in this movie is a clear reference to Jason Todd's Batman suit.
Do you think? Okay, so you think it's Jason Todd then?
Yeah, because that theory came together after I played Arkham Knight, where they completely retconned Jason Todd's origin in that.
Yeah.
But it made no sense to me at the time. Like, why would they retcon the origin of Jason Todd here?
That is a massive reason why you should like this movie, because they clearly indicate that it's very likely that Batman killed Joker. One of your main critiques of Batman over time has been, regardless of
I like that.
Why not kill Joker?
Yeah, I like that, but at the same time, I know I'm gonna hate Joker for personal reasons. Instead, like, it's the logical fucking thing to do.
Okay, so here's the thing for me is that you like the Batman story part of this because Batman
he's like crazy Steve Light from the All-Star Batman and Robin universe.
Yeah, the main difference between Crazy Steve and Ben Affleck's Batman is that Crazy Steve was like full of narcissism and shit, whereas this Batman hates himself.
Yeah, he is full of just complete self-loathing.
Which makes complete sense, which is why I think they did it. He broke his rule, now he's killing people.
Oh, here's my thing. Here's my thing on the defense of Superman around a bit. Where the fuck was Batman and Wonder Woman and Aquaman and all these other heroes when, like, fucking the shit in Metropolis went down?
Well, Aquaman probably doesn't know jack shit about what's going on in the surface in the first.
Yeah, to be fair, Aquaman probably he probably doesn't give two shits about the surface world.
At the current moment, he probably doesn't give two shits about that.
He probably is really fucking pissed right now at the surface world, though, because, you know, they got the fucking shit from the Indian Ocean crash site. So I'm like, they probably did some shit. They did some probably shady shit, and then the crash itself probably fucked shit up for the ocean.
The Flash is clearly at this point still doing like small crime stuff. He doesn't seem to think that he's like worth trying to do other shit with.
He could have been running around though, like saving people, like running through buildings, grabbing people, like, you know, something.
Well, the way they sort of like introduced that whole thing is that it actually happened fairly quickly. As far as like the Battle of Metropolis, like it only went on for like maybe 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, but the aliens attacked Smallville first. Like,
yeah, but they didn't attack Smallville aside from like a squad of ground troops being like 3 people.
Also, didn't they have their ship just hovering for like days?
Yeah, and people were wondering what the hell is gonna happen. But
I'm just saying, like,
I think
at the very least, Wonder Woman and Batman should have done fucking more.
Like Batman was going around saving people. How do you, and you know what? I really do think that there's a possibility.
He was in Metropolis that day for like just a business trip. He was like, "Oh, I got to do something at the Metropolis office." It wasn't the fact that like, "Oh shit, our entire worldview has been shattered because there's fucking aliens and they're basically the equivalent of fucking gods."
Right, and
at least fucking Marvel dealt with that shit.
The way they portrayed it, that battle, the whole battle of Metropolis and the destruction of Metropolis happened very quickly. And like it ended very quickly as well. That's how they seem to have portrayed it throughout this movie.
I don't know. I'm like,
and the whole fucking gravity shit was happening, and he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta do something." And then like
after the aliens, because I don't. It's been a while since I've seen Man of Steel, but isn't it like at least like a day or something in between them attacking Smallville and them attacking Metropolis? I forget. That's my thing. It's like I think that like that's the other problem I have with the DC universe right now is threat scaling. Is like you've gone from like a planetary invasion to an unkillable monster, and now like fucking Darkseid's on the fucking horizon. What the fuck are you gonna do after you do Darkseid, Brainiac? Who fucking gives a shit? Oh, you know what? Talk about something I hate. Death of fucking Superman. Superman dies in this movie, people.
Oh yeah, this is something that I can also agree with Matt on, because it was, like I'm watching this ending and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, so Superman dies in this movie to basically do.
I actually have a funny little story about my audience.
Yeah, I know. Okay, just to catch everybody up on this, again, this is spoiler filled, so be aware of that. So Superman dies in this fucking movie to Doomsday because he had to use Batman's little kryptonite spear that he made for Superman on Doomsday.
Which here's my question: if fucking he was holding that kryptonite spear, how the fuck did Superman fly at that point?
Well, his flight is based off of the initial jump anyway. So if he so he just needed to have the initial jump, and then when he got there, he's probably already weakened. Anyway, so he has to basically stab Doomsday with a spear, and then Doomsday stabs Superman, I think, with Wonder Woman's sword, which is embedded in his hand at that point. I think that's how that worked. Basically
with the bony arm that regrew, I cut it off.
So both of them end up dead at the end of that, and we get this shot of like Doomsday laying down and sort of deactivated because he's more like a fucking machine than a fucking monster at that point. And Superman with like this giant hole in his chest. And then for like 10 fucking minutes, they're dragging on the fact that both the military of the United States as well and everyone around the world is mourning his death. And his actual body supposedly is buried in Smallville. And it's like, we all know he's coming.
I kind of thought they dropped the ball a bit. It's like, remember like the skinhead dude? Fuck you, like... They should have like maybe a little scene of him at like
the like alien racist dude who's just like humans for Earth, aliens go elsewhere. Yeah, I think that would be fucking funny if he was just like, "You did a good job at the end." No, but I think that they I know what they were going for. I don't think they did it very well as far as the ending goes, because what they were going for is that like Superman, throughout the whole thing, they're trying to say Superman is trying to do the right thing no matter what the right thing is, but he doesn't necessarily know what the right thing is because he was raised with fucked up values, because his fucking dad is just like, well, sometimes you gotta let people die. So
because this was really shit.
So Superman doesn't really know what it means to do good, which is an interesting thing that they go with for a long time in the movie, is that this is a very complicated subject and it's not something that's easily solved just by being like, I want to be a good guy and trying to do good. Sometimes it's not that easy of an answer.
See, you know what? It might be because because like I Daredevil
Okay, Matt's fucking
came out,
mic is fucking up.
and it's like 13 hours to basically tell this.
So Matt is
Around.
basically trying to pull that he liked the way that Daredevil covered the exact same subject, but they had 13 hours to go over it, to go over not only Daredevil trying to do good, but his motivations for doing good, and how he comes to his conclusion as to what to do. Whereas this movie has about like 2.5 hours, only about half of that is spent on Superman. So, Matt, get your fucking shit fixed. So yeah, let's clarify, everybody who's just joining in. I liked this movie. I thought it was good for the most part. I give it probably like a 7 out of 10 myself, and Matt would probably give it like a 4 out of 10. And it was only good because of Ben Affleck is actually a decent actor in this and plays a pretty fucking good Batman, and Jeremy Irons a great Alfred. But he also just likes laughing at everything else, ironically. But I enjoyed this film, and I think a lot of it was done very well. I think they did fuck up the ending as far as Superman's death, because that's, I think as Angry Joe put it, they sort of blew their load too early, because like once Superman comes back from this, as we all know he fucking will, what risk is there, since we know he just comes back from the dead when he dies anyway? Like no one's gonna care. Like, oh, he's dead, but he'll be back. Which I suppose in a meta sense, it's like we all already know that Superman's not going to perma-die. So like, where's the risk there anyway? But like, the thing is, once he dies the first time, that was done in such a way as you can't believe that he could die. If you like let this go for like 2 more Justice League movies and then kill him, then you might be able to buy like, oh, maybe he's actually gonna die. But
okay, here's the thing.
Formation movie. There's no way we're gonna buy that.
Here's the thing too. They basically, I don't know if you're talking about this now, Lundy, but they basically ruin any suspense in any future Superman movies. Like, oh no, Superman's got to go up against Brainiac. Well, he fucking already died once.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about. I think Brainiac's actually going to come before Darkseid, honestly. I think they're going to do a similar thing to what they did with Thanos in Avengers, where like they introduced him as somebody who's going to be coming, but then they're like, let's do something else first.
Well, if they're borrowing shit for fucking Death of Superman, they might like just kind of pull what the cartoon did and just combine Brainiac with that one weird like robot version, but not really a robot version. Not Cyborg Superman, but the one who had like Cyclops' visor.
I
Vincerator or something dumb.
I don't remember that one. By the way, the Superman vs. Batman fight, I think, went fantastically, and I think you should like that too. I mean, it starts off so the first time the Superman and Batman actually meet, like,
actually I did. Like, again, my biggest problems with this movie, truly overall, are really furry issues and editing choices in the first fucking hour. The first hour, but at the same time, it feels like a hour-long montage. It's just constantly shit. It's just, let's have 10 minutes long. The Perry Right, the Lex Luthor, the Wonder Woman, the fucking man again, the Lex.
By the way, that's another thing we can agree on.
Times.
Lex Luthor was.
He is the other thing. He is the other thing. Hands down, I hate this movie. Here's the other thing too, and I forgot about this, Lundy. It makes no sense for this to be compared to the Martin Shkreli, right? He didn't get famous for being a douchebag until 2015. And they've had this movie in the fucking can since 2014.
Yeah.
So
But,
he's just like,
but here's the thing: douchey rich kids have been a thing
he's
forever.
just obnoxious.
No, but here's the thing, Matt: douchey rich kids have been a thing forever.
Yeah,
like it's not their fault.
it's just I just
exemplifies that so well.
So fucking much, just as really is just. So it's like maybe they were going to remember, like, no, they finished this fucking movie in 2014. Like, that was before really, what, like, maybe it would have been better if, like, we got more from, I know, like, I hated fucking Luthor.
The thing that messes with that is that Jesse Eisenberg
like his act, and he's down from force.
Here's the thing for me is that Jesse Eisenberg is a good actor. I know he can do good parts, and I saw him in The Social Network. I thought he was pretty good playing a Zuckerberg. And you know what? I think if he would have played Zuckerberg instead of trying to basically be Lex Luthor as the Joker, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, you know what, if because like he's not necessarily like villain tar Social Network, but he's got kind of like this old sociopathy that like a lot of business executives kind of have. And it's like Atlantis, like, you led to the worst fucking thing in Batman v Superman, hands down.
Yeah, the two things that I think
also
were the main
fact that he gives like the Justice League members now.
Yeah. Okay. So the two things that I think were not good about this movie, specifically, like the things that are actual points against it, are Jesse Eisenberg as Batman, not Batman, Lex Luthor. What am I fucking saying? And Superman's death. Those were not done very well, in my opinion. But everything else, I think, was good. In fact, the scene where they blew up the fucking Senate building, oh my god, like that actually caught me off fucking guard, which is stupid because I should have seen it fucking coming. Because they fucking hinted at that shit was coming, like as soon as you saw
it caught me off guard too. Because as soon as the jar of piss was there, like that's the big hit in this dumb fucking movie. It's like the jar of piss. Like, I'll be honest, it's ridiculous that like playing him.
God damn it, Matt! You need.
It's really weird. It's gotta like set for something, so like they're gonna fluctuate and like shit during those 30 days.
That's not good. All right, so okay, yeah,
you sound a lot better to me now. So
thank you. I don't know why, because my webcam is like all sorts of fucked up. I can't even put it on my fucking computer anymore because like I don't know. So here's the thing for me when it comes to like Superman, because that's kind of like the main critique that people have of this movie is that they just did Superman terribly. I agree if you're expecting the Superman from the comics or the animated series in his main canon versions, then yeah, he's not done correctly. But that's clearly not what they were going for, so I'm not worried about that. What they're going for is a person who does not have this super sense of right and wrongness. Like, That's the thing that really pisses me off about Captain America, is that he's this fucking Boy Scout who just knows what the right thing to do is all the fucking time, and so he just does it. Whereas with Superman, he's basically like a fucking Kryptonian who was made to be a Kryptonian who's capable of doing anything if he wanted to. So he's kind of like an average Kryptonian person who's been given these ridiculous superpowers and raised in a not perfect family with kind of strange ideas of morals and what to do. And so this is I think exactly how he would turn out in that situation. And yeah, you know, if you look at All-Star Superman and you have his whole, like, I see the interconnectedness of all living things, and that's why I want to protect all living things, because I know that we're all basically the same thing, blah, 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 blah. Sure, but at the same time, they haven't established that's the full extent of his powers yet, because something that's been a mainstay of Superman is that his full powers are never like awoken in the beginning of his canon. He's normally limited to some degree, and he ends up breaking those limits as he needs to, as opposed to already having all of his powers like from the onset. Yeah, he's still super strong. Yeah, he's still super fast, and yeah, he still has like super hearing and shit.
Here's the thing, though.
What?
Here's the thing on like the Captain America comparison. Two things. One, and this goes back to the funny story about when Doomsday. The audience cheered when they showed both of them like Doomsday's body. They were cheering to death of.
Yeah. So here's the funny thing. The audience cheered for you when they saw both Doomsday and Superman's dead bodies. And for me, I had people in the audience who were like gasping at when they were like going over to Superman, and they were just like indicating that he's supposed to be dead. So the fun thing for me is that there are people who, at the very least, were bought.
So Batman basically just kind of corpse over and be like, yeah, he's dead.
Well, he's the greatest detective in the world, so he would know. The other thing that people like to...
I'm going to do the Christian Bale voice because it's funny. I gotta make sure. Let me do it to a back. Yeah, he's dead. I'm sorry, Lois.
I think that's another thing that they really improved on when it came to Batman, though, is that they didn't do the Christian Bale voice. They showed basically, okay, so Alfred is apparently fucking Tony Stark in this fucking universe, because he makes all the shit for Batman. It's really weird. And he fixes his equipment. He helps make the fucking like anti-Superman
character in like the comics and the show. And I mean, to be fair, like they usually don't really TV shit, but in the comics, it is like, yeah, Alfred's got like a lot of different skills and shit. Like they kind of do that a bit in the Nolan movies, where they're like, oh, he was a mercenary. That's how combat wounds and shit. But like, he's me.
Well, I mean, in this one, he's supposed to be
basically
this one, he's supposed to be like super duper old, though. So like all of his skills are basically in his mind at this point. Because remember, Batman's like 50.
Maybe that's what he does. Like when Batman's out. Maybe that's what he did. Like Arizona, you like what's one of those online universities, those courses and shit. He's like, oh, Master Wayne, I am now a genetic engineer. I don't know.
Master Wayne, I am now an engineer of all sorts, and I can help you with all of your equipment. But here's the thing that I was saying, though, is that they actually touched on the fact that the Christian Bale Batman voice sounds fucking silly by, instead of having him like change his voice whenever he becomes Batman to something silly like that, they fucking just gave his Cal a voice modulator, which totally makes sense.
I'll give the fuckers this much of credit. script, they figured out, like, let's just give Batman a fucking voice modulator. Because that's always been my thing. Yeah, it's just like, it's always just kind of been my thing with the Batman shit, except for, like, in the cartoons where I'm like, okay, like, you have two different voices. Like, we have voice modulators and shit. Why wouldn't Batman have one? He's Batman.
He's got all this other fucking high-tech shit. Okay, so, I think the other, like, sort of problem that I have with the movie is that it doesn't really give you a break too much. The pacing is, like, ridiculous, which is funny because it's a fucking it's a 2.5 hour movie, and it's
like I said,
there's no rest in this movie.
That hour, and it's weird too because there's not a lot of action. Like, there's a bit interspersed here and there, but it's a lot more just. But it just, like I said, it's edited so fucking weird. There's like, it's like they took a scenes movie. Also, it feels like there's 3 different fucking movies in this. Like, there's a Batman movie, a fucking, like, a Steel, and like the Justice League prequel. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, it does feel like it's 3 movies mashed into one. But the thing is, I think they did it a lot better than they did for, like, Amazing Superman 2, where they just, like, put in, like, a bajillion.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Those movies were clearly trying to mash together several movies into one. And it really...
I mean, at least this movie had, like... This movie at least had Batman stabbing people in the heart and looking them in the eye as they died. I like how people are like... kills people. He stabs a dude heart with a combat knife.
And
that guy is dead.
And those
he just drops him on the.
And the thing is, they sort of allude to the notion that those he doesn't kill on sight, he'll fall later. He brands them with a bat thing, and then he goes and probably kills them later because they're like, if you have this brand in jail, it is a death sentence. It's like, what the fuck?
Like I said, like he is really crazy Steve White in the sense that, like, yeah, he's just. I even think the fucking scene with him in the Batmobile crashing through the fucking terrorist cars. I think that is an allusion to All-Star Batman, where he plows through the police car. He's literally doing the same shit. He's literally driving the Batmobile through other fucking cars with humans in them. He drags one like a mile. He like crashes into one. It's like it flips over and throws a grenade in there, kills them. They're like I lost count Lundi at 16 kills.
I'm fairly certain it was around 20.
Something like he that. Kills like when it got to the point where he was like killing the dudes who had I was just like, fuck, I can't count anymore. He's like just killing everybody. Like, man, shit's really fucking good. It's not. That's the thing. I think I'm looking at this like designed myself where it's like you do the characters from the comics. They're gonna do like just the character's name. Like this movie should have honestly been called like Crazy Kin or something.
But so that's basically my thing, is that I'm willing to look at these entirely as their own separate medium instead of an adaptation of what.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Captain America thing. It's like that's why, like, if Captain America dies in Civil War 3, which like he could, like people would, like, half the audience is gonna be like, yeah, Captain America's fucking dead. Fuck that guy. He was a monster. He let people die. No, people are gonna be like, wow, I'm really.
Yeah, but that's the thing for me is that
And it's like it's a little more complex than just like I always know what's right. It's more about like his belief is like Spider-Man belief, power. Don't be a fucking prick. Use the power to protect people. Like that's Captain America's deal. He's like those in power should serve the weak.
That's oversimplified, though. You can't just use powers to protect the weak and expect nothing bad to happen as a result. Like, this takes experience.
Well, he doesn't expect nothing bad to happen.
This takes experience. You can't just break into fucking crime fighting and just be like, yeah, I can definitely protect all.
I'll say this, too.
Especially
Here's something funny.
Like superpowered motherfuckers.
Cap actually kills innocent people. In the first Avengers movie, like when the SHIELD helicarrier is being attacked and shit, like he kicks a couple of dudes off of it and he shoots some with a fucking machine gun. Those are guys being me, so
I don't.
Cap probably just killed some innocent people there. I mean, to be fair, it's a life or death situation.
I don't even remember that.
But yeah, it's the scene where like Cap and Iron Man have to go outside and fix the turbine. It's like a couple of dudes attack Cap and like he kicks fucking like one or two of them off the fucking edge, and then some machine gun guys come and he picks up like a machine gun and like kills like two. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? World War II was literally like last Tuesday for Cap. And, like, those guys would kill him, so, like, I'll give him a pass, even though, like... Oh, yeah, the Martha Kent shit. That is the thing I think I can't believe you like that, Lundi. That scene...
I wouldn't say I like it, I'm just saying that, like, it's totally understandable.
I think that scene and the fucking... I think that scene and the reason this movie's getting shit canned by critics. Like, so if you don't know what we're talking about, is the reason Batman stops killing Superman is because Batman realizes Superman's mom has the same name. And then he's like,
No.
I mean, and I get what they were trying to go for there.
You're getting that wrong, Matt. You're getting that wrong. It's not that he realized their mother has the same name. It's that he was snapped out of his death tunnel when Superman was like, "You have to save Martha," and he's just like, "What the fuck? That's my mom's name. What the fuck are you saying that name?" And then Superman's like, "Martha, it's my mom." Fucking.
Tom Cruise detective. He couldn't figure out. He couldn't fucking figure out. He couldn't figure out. I'm like, oh, Martha.
I don't think he was looking.
That's my thing. In this universe, I am man to fucking figure out who's. Why would the fucking aliens attack Smallville and then Metropolis? Why would they attack some rinky-dink fucking little farm town, specifically one farmhouse fucking first? That's fucking Superman. Superman's in Smallville, you fucking idiots. You're fucking burying him in fucking Smallville. How did nobody fucking figure it out?
Well, clearly someone did figure it out. Otherwise, she wouldn't have gotten captured.
I mean, to be fair, like, yeah, Lex, we don't see, like, I mean, I guess Lex used the same logic I fucking use, but we never actually stated that shit. You know, I also like that Batman doesn't work with Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne by extension.
Yeah, he doesn't. Like Batman and Bruce Wayne are basically almost entirely divorced from Lex Luthor as far as like any sort of working together is concerned. Like he gets invited to one of Lex's parties, and that's basically the extent of it. It's not like Lex is just like.
Yeah, he's honestly there more because he knows Lex is a little shit. And he wants to steal some files. Another fucking dumb scene where Batman basically, literally, sits down for 5 minutes to watch fucking movie trailers. It's so
It's not movie trailers, Matt. And by the way, the only thing that Batman looked at was Wonder Woman's fucking picture because he was like, "What the fuck? Why does she want this so badly?" And then he saw the Wonder Woman picture. He's like, "Oh, I get it." And so he just sent those files over to her that she could look at. Now they didn't show like Batman looking at the.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like what?
It was Wonder Woman who was looking through that shit. And Wonder Woman basically didn't know that there were all these other mutants out there, basically. Well, not mutants, but
that
like
cyborg shit was gruesome.
Yeah, it was. Jesus Christ. Cyborg's fucking video that shows him basically being created is fucking dark. Like, darker than this whole movie.
Yeah, it is. Like, Flash is just like, he's calm, doing Flash shit. Aquaman's doing Aquaman shit in the ocean. It looks awful. Fucking.
Fuck you, he looks great.
Woman didn't watch her shit, because, like, you know, why would she watch her shit?
Also,
we already saw her shit. And then it gets the side.
The only thing we saw with Wonder Woman, like, at a bank or something, and then they, like, put her face.
Yeah. Like, they show, like, Cyborgs is the longest. Like, so, they spent it.
So basically what they did with Cyborgs is, okay, so his dad is working on his body when it's all fucked up and trying to cybernetic him out, but it's not working out for him. He's like, I don't know what to do. We're losing him. And then he like has this other like
throw shit on him.
No. He has this other experimental thing and he activates it. He's like, okay, so this thing is activated. I don't know it. And then it just flies over to Cyborg's body and just forcibly puts his pieces together. Like, that's basically Cyborg. And he's just screaming.
And he's like
the whole time. Cyborg's
like, holy fuck.
Like, ah! Ah!
I wonder what, like, they're, like, here's the thing with my audience. They're kids in the so I'm like, oh, this shit. 1 second.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
But yeah, I'm like, how the fuck are, like, the Teen Titan guy? Oh, Cyborg is gonna be in Justice League. Oh my god, what's happening to him? It's fucking off. It's just like a little bit of fucking levity. Like, Jesus.
Oh my god. Yeah, all of those were great. And Matt hates the Aquaman one because like he says it looks stupid, but Matt doesn't even know what he was looking at. Basically, like all of them have like a little video of what they of who they are, basically the Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, Wonder Woman. And what ends up happening is for Aquaman's is there's like 2 videos. There's like one that's like taking a look at a different angle in the ocean, and then another one that it switches to, and it sort of switches to it as soon as Aquaman just like swims up to it and looks at it, and then he just kind of like takes his trident, just stabs it, and then it switches to the other video again, and we watch that camera being launched out of the fucking ocean, and I thought it was pretty fucking cool. But like Matt's like, it looks fucking awful because he's a douche.
Restaurant. And the back.
But yeah, Aquaman's video was actually pretty cool. It was awesome. And
I mean, it was like,
because you don't even know.
It looked like he was at.
You
don't. It looked like he was in a fucking L'Oreal commercial. In the net.
L'Oreal commercial.
It looked fucking dumb.
You don't even know what you're fucking looking at, Matt. Okay, so as I just explained to everybody, you got 2 different cameras that are in the ocean. One that's looking at one angle, and one that's looking at another angle. It switches to the other camera when it looks at Aquaman. Aquaman sees the camera, stabs it with his trident, and then it switches to the other camera as we watch it getting launched out of the fucking ocean. That's what we see.
Yeah, then it just swims away.
What the fuck do you want him to do, Matt? What? Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, we don't even see him swim away. So you're out of your fucking mind on that. What else do you want him to do aside from like, hey, I'm gonna launch this camera like 20,000 leagues?
I don't know, maybe attacking. I don't know, murdering people. Maybe he attacks like a fucking town or something with like giant crabs and shit. That'd be fucking cool.
No, but fucking all Flash did was fucking stop a small time robbery.
Like it's like that scene from this Godzilla movie, like the new one, where like the little girls like sees like a pincer fucking cuts her down the middle, and then Aquaman like fucking tridents the fucking like the fucker the shit. And then King of the Ocean. Dun 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 dun. That's my thing.
Dude,
that made this movie so much better. Is I can't wait until they put in that music.
We could have possibly done a lot of stuff with this movie to make it better. I can agree with that. But Matt, with all of the things that you were saying that you wanted from this movie, or all the things that you were dreading having going into this movie,
I'll be honest,
not actually happening.
In terms of being an actual movie, I fucking shit. And I understand why this movie has a lower score than Sucker Punch, because if you hated fucking Sucker Punch, this movie has every fucking problem. This is, in my opinion, Zack Snyder's worst movie. But on the other hand, I fucking ironically love the shit out of this movie. It's so.
But I think
the movie I
really do think you should like it more.
I mean, to be fair, there are some actual, like, and I will say this, there are some legitimate good things, like Batman start asking questions on and shit, but it's like I wanted more, like, because, like, DC fans have been building this shit up for years, like, this is a hero movie for to be talking about serious fucking issues. And it's basically a fucking hour-long montage and then a grown man-child slapping two fucking action figures together for the rest of the time.
That's so totally easy, because the Batman vs. Superman fight is fantastic. Okay, so first off, the first time that they actually meet when they're in
it's a good fight. I'm not saying, like the man-child knows how to fucking smash action figures together, but
No.
That's what this is. Transformers level fucking dumb. This movie is almost.
No, it is not.
It is.
No, I challenge you. I challenge you. What in this movie?
Dumb.
What in this fucking movie is equivalent?
You're right. The Transformer movies are better.
No,
because they at least have levity.
No,
like, it's awful fucking levity.
No, fuck you. No, because the Transformers movie had fucking stupid ass scenes like the fucking testicles on the Transformer, okay? I don't want to fucking hear your fucking bullshit. The Transformers is a better movie. You're dumb.
You're dumb.
No, you're dumb. Look, it's not.
No,
it's not worse.
You are.
No, look. You agree with me about like, all of the good parts of the movie. Like the only thing that I will agree that we say is like bad about this movie is A, the pacing's off because it doesn't give you a break. B, the ending's kind of fucking stupid because they just killed Superman when they should have done that later on down the line.
Also, that just completely, like I brought up earlier, that completely ran like he's going up against Solomon Grundy. I wonder what's gonna fucking happen.
And the other thing that we agree on is fucking Jesse Eisenberg didn't play Lex Luthor in a way that was like real. Like
you know what's fucking hysterical was this prison scene.
I did laugh
because like look at how fucking badass he looks with the shaved head and shit, and he's just fucking crying. He's got snot. It looks like the Blair with all this snot coming out of his nose. He's like, the bell's been wrong, Batman. They're coming. I ain't trying to save us.
No, the greatest part about that scene was after Batman left and the fucking cells closed, and he just goes over and hangs on him, and he's like, the bell's been rung. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. And then they just do that for like fucking a full minute. I'm like, what are you doing right now?
You know what made if like two just hands came in behind him and grabbed the other part of the fucking he's gonna get so fucking raped in prison. that's the only consolation I have. Lex Luthor, like, he is fucking getting every hole filled with cock. Like just it's gonna be savage. They could make like a woman in prison movie about fucking Lex Luthor.
Hashtag the triggering.
Savage heat.
Oh my god! But there's so much about this movie that's like really
like,
like, okay, Matt. What do you think? What do you think about their portrayal of Wonder Woman? What did you think about that?
For like all 15 lines she had, like.
Hey, yeah, she wasn't in it very much.
It was kind of, here's the thing. I'm willing to give her a slide on some of the fucking line dialogue she had. I'm willing to give you. It's like she does really good for like a lot of the shit she's in, like the Doomsday fight. Looks like she's the only character who smiles in this, except for Lex Luthor. But I'm not fucking counting him. Like fuck.
No, but I like.
But like she's the only character out of like Batman or like Superman that actually smile in the whole fucking movie.
No, but I think that Wonder Woman was actually done very well, despite the fact that she wasn't in it very much.
Yeah, she was like the stuff with like her as Diana, like some of those lines were like kind of delivered weird, but like I said, that was probably fucking being able to write a script since 1990. Well, I'll be fair, to 2000.
Well, to be fair, Zack Snyder had nothing to do with writing the script. He was just the director.
Yeah, it was David. Like he's honestly the person I put most of the blame on this, because it's like, yes, Zack Snyder is mainly, but like when he has something to go off of, he can at least tell the bare minimum of like an acceptable story. Like with Watch. But like no, like that's the thing, like that, and that goes to show how fucking good Ben Affleck, he was able to fucking garbage he was given.
Ben Affleck did really well in this, which is funny because like he was the one that everybody was worried about in the first place. And like it was
I don't know
great
why
to see him defy all odds.
And like that's the other reason I'm really down on this movie. It's like they don't really adequately redeem Superman, in my opinion. From
okay, yeah, sure. For people who are already fans of Superman in the first place, and they have like a particular idea as to what makes Superman great in their eyes, chances are good they're not going to think that Superman was adequately redeemed in this. But for a lot of people who are like average viewers who probably aren't big into Superman and Batman stuff, they would totally think that what happened as far as Superman's redemption, blah blah, quote unquote, is concerned.
I will say the reviews that say if you like this movie, if you hated Man of Steel, you'll hate this. Like those are the most accurate reviews.
Yeah, if you hated Man of Steel and you're like, they fucked up Superman, they fucked him up really bad, then yeah, you're not gonna like this because they don't really change that too terribly much. They don't change that tone.
Yeah, because they like really they fuck up Batman. Like let's be honest, like even though you and me are all.
Even though we like this version of Batman, like if you're one of those Batman purists who's just like, you can't kill anybody, you never use a gun, you're gonna hate this shit.
Yeah, or if you were just expecting like at least treatment where it's like, yeah, they'll change shit, but like at the very least, like it's gonna be they'll have like the core of the actual Batman characters. Like, no, this is a completely like new violent Batman, and he's awesome. Part of me is wondering if did Daredevil come out in 2014?
I don't remember. I think it did. No, I think it was 2013, wasn't it?
Because I can't fucking remember. Because part of me is like, I wonder if they saw Daredevil and they were like, fuck, we have to make this shit more violent. I mean, to be fair though, Daredevil season 2 is a lot more violent than this movie. Like, Jesus, there's some fucking scenes in that. Like, there's some shopkeep.
Daredevil did come out in 2014. So we got started.
His fucking arm blown off. Yeah, so maybe they saw Daredevil there to line our Batman up.
But I honestly, I think that there's a lot of stuff here that you should like, Matt. In all honesty,
I will say this.
I want to let everyone know I saw this in 3D. There's no reason to see this.
This isn't as bad of a start to a DC universe as like a lot say. Like in terms of like setting up Batman and Wonder Woman, it's like, you know what? I'm actually I really super want to see the Ben Affleck.
I super want to see Ben Affleck. I super want to see the Ben Affleck Batman and Wonder Woman. I want to see.
And I really want to see Wonder Woman because I'm like, you know what? If I remember right, David Goyer's not fucking right in that. But I actually want, because like for the most part, I'm like, you know what? I like this version of Wonder Woman. What little we've seen of her, she looks like she's the only person who knows what fun is in this universe right now. So,
and she's done really well.
Wasn't Flash?
I think that her and Batman had a lot.
Are we talking about Flash time traveling?
Yeah. They're gonna have Flash time travel.
Because that's a weirdly set up fucking scene. Because like Bruce Wayne's having a nightmare that's from all the trailers and shit. Then he wakes up, and then like Flash fucking shows up.
Like out of fucking nowhere. Like he surprised the shit out of me.
It's just like, holy shit, what the fuck is happening? Like, give us some time to digest some shit.
And they also indicate that him going back in time was like a dream, too. So that was even weirder.
Yeah, and he's like, am I early? Like, I guess that was supposed to be a joke. Like, him being like, am I early? Like, Lois Lane is the key. Don't trust him.
But yeah, Batman ends. So, okay. Bruce Wayne is like having a nightmare, and then he like wakes up from his nightmare, kind of. And then there's the Flash just like in mid-time travel being like, Bruce, you got to listen to me. Lois Lane's the key. You were right about him all along. And then he like disappears.
It's like a lot of people were like, I didn't fucking know that was Flash.
I didn't either. I really didn't. I had to ask you for that. I'm like, is that fucking supposed to be Flash?
Yeah, the only reason I know is because I didn't buy fucking tickets for this shit. I bought a ticket for fucking Deadpool. So... Which is why
I bought a ticket for 3D because I knew it would be more expensive to offset Matt being a douche and being like, I'm not paying money to see this.
But fucking, I had to sit like really close to the front, the Flash logo on like the weird suit he was wearing.
Okay. There is a lot.
Also, there's the fact that just because I know the comics and like the guy.
Yeah, I mean, we know he's capable of that shit in the comics. So, but you know that doesn't indicate too terribly much as far as this movie's concerned, because obviously they're not concerned too terribly much with the comic. But I just want to go over this because, like, I really do think, Matt, that you should like this movie more than you do. Because I don't know how to put it. We have a Batman who has likely killed the Joker, one of the main things you have always wanted Batman to do. We have a Superman who is portrayed in a negative light, and you think that it's portrayed in a negative light, and you predicted that it was supposed to be that they were going to try and justify the shit that he did in Man of Steel when they did the exact opposite of that shit, and they're like, no, what he did was fucked up, which is exactly what you believed in the first place, so the movie agrees with you, and you're like, yeah, well, that's not good enough. Like, What the fuck do you want, Matt?
Yeah, but they still didn't like But the problem with that, they don't adequately like Superman doesn't learn like anything.
No, he does, because after the wheelchair explosion incident, he's just like, I wasn't focused on that. I was focused on myself. I was focused on doing what I thought was right, but I didn't have the greater picture in my mind. I didn't see the bomb coming, and I really should have. And so
Another thing about that, that's retarded. Why the fuck is Superman like on trial for killing a bunch of people in
he's not on trial. He's at a
when they're not up? Like,
he's not on trial, Matt. He's at a hearing to explain to them what exactly happened.
yeah, but like it's pretty clear. It's like Saddam. It was like, look at what the U.S. did to this hospital, and it was like it was clearly shot up by like a bunch of gun holes all over the building and shit. It wasn't like what a bomb would do. It's like, why are people even blaming Superman for this shit? Like, it's clear that they were fucking shot by bullets. It's a gun.
So, okay.
Honestly, it's more likely Batman fucking killed those people in this universe, because, like, he uses a fucking gun.
Okay, so let's go over all these things that are good and the things that you should think are good. One, the Batman versus...
That's the thing, like, other than the bad thing they do, that in my opinion could have like potentially made me go like, you know what, this actually isn't too bad. Like, I kind of like this. They immediately fuck it up.
They don't fuck it up, Matt. How do they fuck it up?
They do, in my opinion.
How?
Like, again, they don't adequately redeem Superman, in my opinion, because he's still just a sullen, mopey fuck.
Yeah, but at the same time, he actually does knowingly sacrifice himself. He knew he was probably going to die as a result of what he did at the end.
Oh, bravo! Like,
oh, bravo! You fucking sacrifice yourself
to
save the planet. Fuck you.
Yeah, you sacrifice yourself again to another problem that wouldn't have fucking happened if you hadn't fucking like again. The biggest fucking villain so far in the DC universe is Jor-El.
You are so full of shit, Matt. You are so full of shit. This is something that you've been saying.
Like Superman not coming to Earth.
No.
Zod wouldn't have come.
You are so full of shit.
Wouldn't have been long, and Darkseid wouldn't be on his way. That's three threats that Superman is either directly or indirectly.
You are so full of shit, Matt. You have no basis for any of this shit. You have no basis for it.
I do.
No, Matt. Lex was already trying to kill the superheroes. Why was he trying to kill the superheroes?
Yeah, unless he's a retard.
No, not because he's a retard, Matt. Because he himself. No.
Lundi, here's the thing. Batman murders people in this universe. Batman knew Lex Luthor was doing this shit. Batman would have killed Lex Luthor. I would have slit his fucking throat in his bed.
Okay, so Batman didn't know he was going to do that, so it doesn't fucking matter. So that doesn't work at all as an argument. So. There's no reason to say that a whole bunch of terrible shit wouldn't have happened on this planet if Superman wanted to go. No. Matt. First off, you can't blame fucking Superman. Matt, you can't blame Superman, A, for Zod, because it wasn't his fucking choice to be on this planet, you fucking silly
Look, he's not the problem.
No.
No, Matt. The person who's directly responsible is Jor-El for that one.
God damn it, Matt. Okay, so you can't blame Superman for Zod. And Zod is literally the only person who's
to kill shit.
No. You can only connect Zod specifically to Superman. You can sort of connect Doomsday to Superman, but there's no reason to think that Lex wouldn't have tried to do something similar with all the other metahumans on the planet that he was already doing research on and already wanted to kill. Which he made clear the reason why he wanted to kill him, because he didn't feel that it was fair for him to be like what he felt to be the smartest person on the fucking planet and not be the most powerful person on the planet. He felt that was the greatest injustice of the fucking world. So he made that fucking clear. He hates fucking the metahumans.
And then he felt that he wanted to protect it because his dad beat and maybe raped him.
Probably raped him. But so he wanted to kill all the metahumans. And he
that's the thing. Like, there's actually like an implication that Lex Luthor's father, like, he definitely beat Lex. That's like clear.
Yeah.
Lex makes that clear. There's also an implication also raped, and it's like, yeah. That's why I think my prediction about the concentration camps of Wonder Woman is going to be true.
Yeah, probably.
Like, you know, I like the Wonder Woman movie up until the point she found the concentration camp, and then it became complete fucking
and then
garbage.
Shit got way too real from that. So you literally cannot directly blame Superman for anybody that's approaching this planet, including Darkseid, because you have no basis to say that Darkseid would entirely ignore us if it weren't for Superman. No basis at all.
Like I said, I think there is
direct evidence against that, because he's coming to this planet, supposedly, according to Lex, knowing full well that Superman is dead. So there's no way that he would come to this planet because of Superman if he knows that Superman is already dead and there's nothing to worry about. So you can't blame him for Darkseid.
Why would he come to Earth then? Like, why would he want Earth? Earth is a shitball.
Oh, maybe he got some sort of like fucking like fucking Batman's been having. Maybe he got some sort of like future vision. He's just like,
what's gonna happen is side is gonna resurrect Superman. That's where the nightmare sequence fucking shit comes in. But like it kind of be
okay.
Like,
so you were wrong about basically all of your predictions when it comes to this movie.
I'm thinking yeah, like, I'll be honest, but like I think like Lois Lane is like, because again, they're like Lois Lane is the key to this. So I'm thinking like with evil Superman, Lois Lane is dead.
Possibly.
Because really Lois Lane is the only, because there's only Superman in this universe, and that's Lois Lane and fucking Ma Kent. Laptop. It's just I just think
that this movie in your mind,
not flat out.
I just think that this movie in your mind should at least be a solid 6 out of 10. I really do.
Honestly, I give it a 5.
Give it a 6.
I can't.
Yes,
like, ironically, I'm like, this is 8 out of 10.
I
mean, it's not like Catwoman.
In a non-ironic.
I will say, like,
there are so many good things about this movie, Matt, and you acknowledge these.
But yeah, but there's so many fucking bad things too.
There's not really that
you've acknowledged them. Like,
there's not really that many bad things, and those bad things are smaller parts of the movie.
This movie is
one of the main cruxes of
there are huge fucking parts of the movie. The first hour is basically
no. The only problem with the first hour is its pacing. That's it.
That's a big problem in a 2-hour fucking movie.
Which is why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10. Motherfucker. Well, not just the pacing, but other shit too. But regardless of that fact.
You know, if you keep pushing this, I'll give it a fucking...
No, because Matt, you're being a douche. Because you understand entirely.
You're being a fucking douche. Like, look. Like, honestly, people probably are like, wow, Matt gives it that's a high.
It definitely doesn't deserve like a fucking 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. I know that much. It doesn't deserve
I
to be
will.
called less.
You
Really don't. And your bullshit where like Transformers is a better movie.
Here's the thing. I get why the critics don't like it. And in terms of like the technicals and shit, like I think it's more like a 30. It should be around, in my opinion, around where like Punch is. Because like I said, this movie has the exact same fucking problems with Sucker Punch.
It has some of the exact same problems with Sucker Punch, but it succeeded in a lot of places where Sucker Punch failed.
I mean, yeah, I'll give this movie. I'm like, you know what? Maybe this should then Sucker Batman because he's so. You know what? This movie probably should be around Man of Steel, maybe a little lower because like some people are like they don't like the killing Batman shit, but like I really think the reason it's getting shit panned is because of like the death of Superman being handled so fucking clumsily and ham-fistedly. The Justice League, its own movie, like fucking movies. It's a Man movie. It's a sequel to Man of Steel. And it's just.
Well,
they should have made like one. Like they should have made this either 2 or 3 movies.
I can kind of understand it because
fucking time to do it.
I mean, all I'm saying is I can
all this.
I can totally understand why they fucking did that shit because they needed to really get out this fucking Justice League movie because the fucking Avengers is already moving on to movie fucking 3 while doing a whole bunch of like singular movies. Fucking like
because Marvel put it they had to play. We're willing to put in the fucking. We're willing to play the long game, so it works out for. That's the problem. It's like jump from like a Man of Steel movie that was incredibly fucking divisive into like the movie that's like basically it's like have fucking Suicide Squad or fucking something come out in between. Like you don't even have to make it like a big like Suicide Squad. Why couldn't that fucking have come out in the 2 years that this has been sitting on the shelf? That shit. Insight into fucking Batman. Or hell, thinking about why the fuck couldn't Wonder Woman have fucking come out?
I don't know. I think that it would have been better if they would have established this Batman first and that Wonder Woman first before they went on to this movie, but they decided to do it the other way around, which, sure, that's a problem for them, but I do think that as a standalone movie, this movie did its job fairly well.
Its job, like, better than I thought it was going to. But the movies about Batman this, and I want one like this version. Like people are not gonna, but in my opinion, I'd be saying if it's fleshed out about a movie. Like, you know what? Shit, that's fun, and that's something. I guess my biggest thing is why. Fucking version. Like this is gonna be smarter than any Marvel movie, and it's like, yeah, this movie is serious, but serious doesn't equal fucking.
I think they went over exactly what they needed to. I really do. I think they approached this issue with the maturity that it deserves, as far as like really figuring out like just the fundamental issue of a superhero.
Comical scene we haven't talked when Superman gets nuked.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's like really,
your fucking mic is fucked.
Really, you can see his skeleton. It's fucking. I could help it. Reference to Dark Knight Returns, but it's just so.
I can't hear a word. I can only hear like every fifth word you're saying. It's really annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Also, my steam's about run out as far as this movie's concerned.
Yeah, I think again, like we agree on a lot of shit, but it's just like I think the fucking flaws, like I think the flaws equal and in some ways outweigh the good things in this movie.
And I think that a lot of people are blowing the flaws like way out of proportion. Like fucking Darth has only heard like bits and pieces about this movie, and he just immediately makes a bajillion assumptions to what's going on. Like he heard about the jar of piss, and he's just like, Lex Luthor apparently just keeps a jar of piss around randomly. I wonder why that fucking. And now there was a fucking purpose behind it. They establish it, and it's actually surprisingly well done.
Lundi, you need to know, like that fucking the Martha be ridiculed and for fucking that is going to be the thing like people are going to lampoon the fuck out of this movie with.
I think the Martha part's probably going to be the biggest thing.
Mom.
Like that's fucked up. But I really do think they made it pretty fucking interesting where they made Superman's mom and Batman's mom have the exact same name.
That's the thing from the fucking comics. That's like some fucking comic book.
I've never considered that shit.
It's not something that's supposed to be the fuck.
I know, but I've never considered that shit before, and they actually used it as a thing. Have they ever used that fact before for anything? I don't think they have.
Like, and I was giving this movie at least some credit where it's like, you know what? It'll be like, and I don't like the fucking Nolan movies, but at least it's like Nolan.
Matt, your sound is terrible. I hate
it. Just came off as dumb. It's like a fucking Transformers movie.
It's not a Transformers movie. It's not a Transformers movie, and it's better than Transformers. I don't like. Fuck you. You're just wrong. You're totally objectively incorrect, and I am totally objectively correct. That's how this works. And now he's gone. All right. My Steam's pretty much gone anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I recommend people at least give this movie a watch. I really do think that you might actually like this, regardless of your fandom. If you really, really, really love Superman and you hated like everything they did to him in Man of Steel, then yeah, you're probably going to not like this movie. But you'll still probably like the Batman parts because I really do think they did him very well. But yeah, those are basically my thoughts. I really like this movie. Yeah, there are flaws with it. I give it a 7 out of 10. Matt won't give it more than a 5 out of 10. But honestly, a 5 out of 10 from Matt's like a fucking 8 out of 10 for most other people. So just bear that shit in mind. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.